Welcome to StartupHakk. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers and build custom software solutions. So I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership experience and a solid 25 years building software, I've mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. So the AI revolution is here, and it is set to create a plethora of new jobs for developers. I recently read an article on TechCrunch and Google and what they're doing here, and I want to dive into this a little bit today and why I think AI is actually going to end up creating more jobs for developers than it's going to take over. And so let's dive into this topic today. All right, so let's dive into this topic. So I was reading an article recently, and it popped up here on TechCrunch, and it made me really think about the fact that I think we're actually just going to see the start of a whole new revolution of jobs that I think are going to really crop up from the AI. I think that AI will take over some jobs. I know video editing, I know marketing, I know a lot of different pieces are going to get some jobs that are going to that are going to get replaced. But I think ultimately we're going to see AI actually really provide a whole new set of jobs for developers. Now, I think it will make developers more effective, which I guess in the long run might shorten some amount of developers, but I think it's going to expand the number of actual jobs at least over the next decade. And so, let's dive into my thinking here a little bit. And again, I love to have a good, healthy discussion, so if you think I'm wrong, hit me up in the comments because I love having a good, healthy discussion here. So this is the article that I was reading here, and I want to talk about this a little bit. So Google Cloud now has a dedicated cluster of NVIDIA GPUs for Y-Combinator startups. Now, if you're not familiar with Y-Combinator is an incubator for startups that has sprouted things like Airbnb and a lot of other really large tech. Sam Altman is the founder of Y-Combinator, and really where he got his start was actually starting Y-Combinator. I mean, he had done some other successful things, and then that's why he jumped into starting Y-Combinator, but that's really what led him to launch into ChatGPT and other things. So Google Cloud is giving Y-Combinator startup access to a dedicated, subsidized, meaning cheaper, cluster of NVIDIA graphics processor units and Google Tensor processing units to build AI models. It's part of Google's Cloud's effort to cozy up with promising early-stage AI startups and hope some of them will evolve into massive compute-hungry businesses. Now, Microsoft did this early in the 2000s, giving away .NET to pretty much all universities in the U.S., and it's obviously paid off. Take a look at Azure, right? There's a whole host of developers that grew up learning .NET, myself included, right? And I remember my very first time hearing about .NET was at the ASU campus, and I heard a Microsoft rep is coming there talking about this new platform. It's called .NET, right? And so this is a similar type of play that Google's making here, right? We want to surround them with a lot of love and warmth early in their life cycle so they get familiarized with building and working with Google Cloud Platform, right? Obviously, so they're trying to build some love there, right? And as they stick around, we grow as they grow, and we become partners. So Google will provide a dedicated cluster with priority access to YC's Y-Combinator or YC's summer 2024 startup, along with 3,500 in cloud credits, right, over 2 years, right? So that's pretty healthy grant from Google. Obviously, there's something in it for Google that's, not hard for us to spot. But this just really got me thinking, if they're really pushing and if Y-Combinator, I think pretty much everything that's going to come out of Y-Combinator nowadays has got to have some kind of AI angle to it, or else it's really kind of in the wrong decade. But so the AI revolution is here to stay. And this move is going to underscore the importance of AI in driving innovation and creating new businesses. So as startups leverage these powerful tools, they're going to need skilled developers to integrate AI into their products and services. This means more job openings for developers with AI expertise. So the future is bright for those who are ready to embrace AI. Now, if you stick your head in the sand, that's a different discussion, right? Now, according to a report by Yahoo Finance, 96% of executives are desperate for workers with AI skills. And I think this goes for both developers as well as non-development, but we're really talking about the developers here, right? So this high demand is driven by the rapid adoption of AI across various industries. Executives recognize the potential of AI to transform their businesses and are eager to implement these technologies. However, they need developers to bring their AI visions to life. This creates a significant opportunity for developers to step in and fill the gap. The message is clear. AI skills are in high demand, and the job market is ready for those who have them. So let's jump back over here and take a look at where I'm getting these statistics. So 96% of executives are desperate for workers to use AI, but there are a few obstacles in the way. Those few obstacles, it's implementing it, right? In fact, figuring out how to implement AI within their own workforce beat out other top executive concerns, including inflation or the economy. That's actually kind of scary a little bit to me because, like, as somebody who's built a lot of AI tools, it's scary to me that would be more of a concern than inflation and the economy. But anyways, it's not surprising me the urgency has increased that dramatically over the last 6 months, right? Now, this is, again, Slack Workforce Labs here, but C-suite enthusiasm doesn't match the pace at which their employees are actually learning the new tech. More than 2/3 of desk workers say they've never used AI in their jobs, according to the report, and there are a few different factors contributing to the chasm, right? So only 7% of desk workers believe that output from AI are completely trustworthy to assist in their work-related tasks, and 35% of the results only slightly relatable and not credible at all. Part of this comes because we've built a bunch of crappy AI tools. And so, again, that's coming back to developers to say, hey, let's build some better AI tools, right? Far too many people are just running stuff through ChatGPT and expecting it to be perfect. There's a lot more that needs to happen here. So the Oliver Wyman Forum study found that CEOs of New York Stock Exchange listed companies see AI as the top growth opportunity in the current environment. This widespread interest in AI means that companies across all sectors are looking to integrate AI into their operations. So from healthcare to finance, AI is set to revolutionize how business will operate. This integration requires developers who can build and maintain AI systems. We've spent the last 40 years building software systems. We're not just going to throw those away, nor are they going to be no-code and low-code plugins into these existing systems. It's going to take developers to integrate and build and maintain these AI systems. So as companies continue to adopt AI, the need for skilled developers will only grow, and it's an exciting time to be in tech if you embrace this and go to this, right? So let's go over to where I'm getting this research from, right? So CEOs of New York Stock Exchange companies embrace AI as the top growth opportunity in current environment. 96% of CEOs see AI as a growth opportunity. 75% look at market acquisition, disruptive new businesses, models for growth. CEOs' biggest concern, and M&A was only going to go so far. Like, everyone wants to rush into AI so badly that they're going to look to try to acquire businesses that have AI. Well, then if you're a young startup, time to get hopping on AI stuff, because then you could be looked to be acquired, right? CEOs' big concerns include regulation, inflation, geopolitical stability. Okay, so nothing super surprising on this one, but AI is the key force driving CEOs' optimism, with 96% viewing it as an opportunity. Okay, so there, and again, this is listing this Wyndham study, right? So I think there really is a huge opportunity here for developers who want to jump into it and go for it, right? Y-Combinator's access to Google Cloud's NVIDIA GPUs is a testament to the role that startups are going to play in the AI innovation. The Y-Combinator startups are at the forefront of pretty much, like, they're the de facto. If you can get into Y-Combinator, your chances of success are very high. But these startups are at the forefront of developing new AI applications and technologies. As they grow, they're going to need more developers to support their teams and their AI-driven initiatives. So this means job opportunities, not only in established companies, but also in dynamic, fast-paced environments. So what I think you have right now is, I think we have a bottled-up economy that's bottled up because interest rates are high. And I think as soon as interest rates start to drop, we're going to see a rush towards developers, for the desire of developers, and particularly for developers who know how to develop on top of AI. So if you're out of work right now, my suggestion would be dig in, build an AI project, and get to work, because I think that's going to be where you're going to really see a lot of jobs coming. So developers who join into these startups or build their own startups are going to get to work on cutting-edge projects, and they're going to make a significant impact. So the startup ecosystem is going to thrive, and AI is going to be at the core of it. So While the potential for AI is huge, implementing it is not without challenges. A LinkedIn survey found that 98% of CEOs believe AI and machine learning implementation will bring immediate benefits, but they also recognize the hurdles. This includes the need for specialized skills and knowledge. Developers who can navigate these challenges and successfully implement AI solutions will be highly valued. Now, the role for training and education. As the demand for AI grows, so does the importance of training and education. Right? I know a lot of corporations are just slamming AI in, and there's a lot of desk workers dropping in a lot of customer data, right? And so developers are going to need to stay up to date, as well as tech companies, on how to use these AI tools. So we're going to need online courses, boot camps, and a lot of advanced degrees to help developers get the skills they need. That's why here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers. We have tons of coding samples on how to build on AI. And we also teach our developers who go through our coding boot camp how to build with AI. So it's not just large corporations and startups that will benefit from AI. Small businesses are also going to start to adopt AI technologies to improve their operations. This creates opportunities for developers to work with a diverse range of clients. Helping small business implement AI can be incredibly rewarding, and it can also make some tangible improvements and efficiencies in productivity. So developers can make a huge impact on these smaller environments. It's easy for one developer to come in and make a big impact to add AI into a lot of these platforms. Now, there is ethical considerations because as AI becomes more prevalent, some of the ethical considerations start to increase. Developers need to be aware of the potential biases as well as ethical implications for AI, particularly around data privacy. They need to be able to make sure that the companies and the data that's getting fed into AI, that they're careful with this, because I think we're going to also see a huge breadth of lawsuits over the coming years as non-safe data is fed into AI, and I think we're already seeing a lot of that. So ethical AI development is huge, but we need to make sure we're really careful. So the future of AI, to me, in the job market looks really promising, particularly for developers. Again, I've said this for a while. I don't think that AI, especially for developers, I don't think AI is going to take your job, but a developer who knows how to use AI might. So I've never been one. Part of the reason that I named the company StartupHakk is because I'm a believer that anybody can dig in and learn and hack to make them whatever they want. So I'm not a big fan of sitting around saying, well, I don't have training or anything. Get out there, get grinding. Follow my YouTube channel. We have tons of code samples that we give away for free. And so I think the job market is promising. Dig in and grab these new roles. Developers need to stay adaptable and open to learning new skills. The ability to work with AI will become a standard requirement in many jobs. Let me repeat that. The ability to work with AI will become a standard requirement in many tech roles. This means that now is the perfect time to start building AI skills and preparing for the future. The AI revolution is just beginning, and developers have the chance to shape its trajectory. That's why here at StartupHakk, we actually, I wanted to take on a project earlier this year, so that's why we started just a small tool called AskMany.ai. I thought it'd be great if there was a way that I could just highlight part of a page, right-click on something, and have it ask multiple different LLMs. So we've actually already added more LLMs, and I've got 2 more servers here that I'm provisioning to add more. So we're running our own models here, our own servers with these models on them, because I wanted to learn how to run these models. So AskMany.ai is a great Chrome extension. You see it up here, where you can actually chat, and then as you're chatting, you can ask a question, and you can choose which one of these AI models you want to use. Or you can just highlight any part of any page and say, hey, summarize this using AskMany.ai. And when I do that, it's going to go ask all these various LLMs, right? And so it will actually come back then with each of these different results and give those based on each of those summaries, right? So they'll pop through as they come through. And you can even kind of see a race too. We're going to add some benchmarks and things with that. So this is an example of where I wanted to learn AI. I wanted to learn how to program against AI. I wanted to learn what was some of the different models, right? So we learned ChatGPT, Gemma, Mistral, Llama, Stable Code, right? So we've tried out probably a dozen. and I wanted to learn about them, so I just stood up a project and we started to learn about them. And I'm going to do a video on how we do this sometime because it was a really fun project and I really enjoyed this. But this is a great example of where instead of just sitting here saying, well, I don't understand AI, I dove in and I went to go learn it. So I'm a huge believer that if you want to learn something, dig in and start hacking, right? The future is in your own hands and you have the power to be able to do whatever you want to build for you to do it. Now is an amazing time. Here at StartupHakk, we even provide over 500 code samples. Anybody can take these, go through these code samples, go through the videos in my on here, and then if you want, for next to nothing, you can jump into our coding boot camp, and we will get you trained with your own personal tutor in 3 months. We've put a lot of our people who put full time into the coding boot camp and do it in 3 months. So, great time for AI, great time to learn to code. I'm a firm believer that we're going to see the job market come back in 2024 for developers and run strong into 2025. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you guys think I'm wrong? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Make sure you leave a comment. That's the best compliment you can give me, is to leave a comment down in the comments. I love having great discussions with people. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think we're going to, see AI take over everybody's job? Is it going to become Terminator and they're going to take over the world? I think we're a ways from that. But, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.